Can you see me now? Can you see me now? I was watching all the heavyweight trash from the past. Nagano's a piece of shit. Miocic is a piece of shit. I don't give a shit. And Daniel Cormier, I'm coming for you, motherfucker. One of the best UFC post-fight press conference. I know all these hardcore MMA fans. It's just scripted and fake. Who gives a fuck if it's scripted and fake? This was entertaining. This is what I wanted to see. Daniel Cormier becomes a two-weight heavyweight champ. He becomes a champ. And this guy goes on ahead, thanks his family, talks about how last year he was here crying in the octagon after getting his ass knocked out by John Jones. And then this guy all of a sudden is over here saying, Joe Rogan, I gotta cut a promo real quick. There's a wrestler in the building. This man's a former UFC heavyweight champion. Okay, Brock Lesnar, get your ass in here. And Brock Lesnar comes rumbling and tumbling, probably after eating a Jimmy John sandwich, shoves DC like he's a trash, and DC goes, you'll push me now, but you're going to sleep later. I love it. You know, DC is a huge WWE fan. I don't know if he still follows WWE, but I know he's a huge WWE guy. Brock Lesnar is the current WWE Universal Champion who doesn't give a shit. The longest reigning champion mind you, in the modern era of the WWE. Take that, CM Punk. But when it comes down to it, the question of this video, can Brock Lesnar actually beat Daniel Cormier? Now, if you're a hardcore MMA fan, you're going to hate this video. Because you're going to sit here and say, holy shit, look at this fat ass trying to defend the fact that Brock Lesnar actually has a chance. I know. A lot of people are going to say that. I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, Chase, you're being a little bit crazy here. But I really do think Brock Lesnar does have a chance to beat Daniel Cormier. Why is that? Well, here is my reasons why I think Brock Lesnar can beat Daniel Cormier and why I think he does actually have a chance. And then when the odds come out and if you see Brock Lesnar have good odds, throw some money on the Beast Incarnate because I think you'll be a happy camper when it's all said and done. Daniel Cormier is a wonderful fighter, if not considered one of the greatest of all times. Oh, by the way, cheap plug, I made a video asking if Daniel Cormier is one of the greatest of all time. You should check that out. But when I look at it, can Brock Lesnar even have a chance? Yes. Lesnar is a very terrific wrestler. Lesnar has hands that are size of bowling balls, and anyone he hits with those hands can easily get rocked and shattered. And the one thing a lot of people always say in defense of DC is like, well, DC trained trains with Cain Velasquez. Velasquez beat Lesnar, so which means Lesnar automatically loses. Well, if that's the case, then I guess when I look at certain fights, I guess certain people can beat Fedor because Antonio Bigfoot Silva beat Fedor and Silva has lost to certain fighters and stuff like that. So a lot of people can beat Fedor. That's not the case. I hate when people kind of use that terminology because let's keep in mind, when Brock Lesnar was fighting his last few fights in the UFC, he wasn't 100% healthy. That wasn't a Brock Lesnar at the best health. That wasn't a Brock Lesnar that was 100%. He was still battling the effects of diverticulitis. That's what some people kind of forget about when they look at that near end run of Brock Lesnar. They don't remember that Lesnar was still sick. It wasn't like Brock Lesnar was like the most healthiest guy out there. And a lot of people need to remember at that time, Overeem was eating horse meat, aka his steroids, and he was just very, very powerful at the time. And Cain Velasquez was the most healthiest he's ever been. Right now, DC is probably training with the broken Cain Velasquez because we still haven't seen Cain Velasquez in the octagon since that Fabricio Werdum loss. Or since what's it called? Was it Fabricio? No, didn't Cain beat up Travis Brown? I can't remember. Oh yeah, he fought at UFC 200, right? Cain Velasquez fought at UFC 200. He won, didn't he? I can't remember off the top of my head. But you get the idea. We haven't seen Cain since UFC 200, I believe. That's a long time. And Cain Velasquez, you know, Dana White even said that the UFC just won't clear him. There's something wrong with him. So right now, DC is training with the Cain Velasquez, who honestly is not the most 100%. And you've seen those UFC countdowns in Embedded. Man, I look at Cain Velasquez, I say he's in rough-ass shape. So you trying to sit here and tell me that, oh, just because Cain Velasquez, in his prime, beat Brock Lesnar when Brock Lesnar was less than 100%. You're trying to sit here and tell me that it's like, oh, well, it's impossible for Brock Lesnar to beat DC. DC has always struggled with guys who are also really good wrestlers. I mean, look at John Jones. Guys who are superior athletes. Like, let's just be real here. Brock Lesnar is a more superior athlete than Daniel Cormier. So, when you kind of look at that, and you kind of put that in perspective, you kind of say to yourself, Brock Lesnar does have a good chance. Brock Lesnar is someone that could cause DC a lot of problems. This is a fight where you sit there and you say to yourself, anything can happen. Because Brock Lesnar ain't no slouch. A lot of MMA fans, when Brock Lesnar came back to face Mark Hunt, a lot of the hardcore MMA fans were saying, really? Mark Hunt? Well, that stupid chin's going to get knocked out real quick. We saw what Overeem did. All Mark Hunt has to do is go to the body just once or twice and that meathead would fall. Mark Hunt has such efficient takedown defense. How is Brock Lesnar going to beat that? At the time, Mark Hunt had one of the higher takedown percentages. I'm sorry. I can't talk. I'm trying to sound a little smart and shit. I'm talking about MMA. I shouldn't have to sound smart talking about MMA, but you get the idea. He had a high takedown percentage. Like, no one could take him down. So, you look at that, and you say to yourself, man, Brock Lesnar, Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt's going to beat him. Easy. And then Brock Lesnar laid on Brock Lesnar laid on Mark Hunt for 3 rounds. And, yeah, he got caught with the estrogen blockers. But, hey, when it comes down to it, he still won. At the end of the day, Brock Lesnar still won. Mark Hunt said that he's knocked out cheaters before. Couldn't knock out Brock Lesnar. So when it comes down to it, Brock Lesnar is a scary athletic dude. And those are kind of dudes that DC kind of struggles just a little bit with. So when I ask the question, can Brock Lesnar beat Daniel Cormier? It's not as crazy as you think. It's actually closer than you think. And really, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised when that fight comes around if we got one of the bigger upsets in UFC history. Hey, I'm pretty sure this video is going to get a bunch of dislikes, especially from the hardcore MMA fans. But really, to be honest, it could be easy for me to sit here and laugh at this and say, oh, this is just a money grab, which it is. Let's just be real here. It's a money grab by the UFC. UFC is going to make a lot of money from it, and the fact that we're complaining that UFC is making more money is stupid. Brock Lesnar is a guy that a lot of people want to fight. It's not like Brock Lesnar is asking for these fights. These people are asking for Brock Lesnar. DC is asking for Brock Lesnar. Stipe was saying, I'll fight Brock Lesnar. I have no problem with Brock Lesnar. You know, these people are asking to fight Brock Lesnar. That just shows how much of a hot commodity Brock Lesnar is. If they want to put the heavyweight title on the line while facing Brock Lesnar, and they want to make a few $million doing it, go right ahead. Why is it just all the UFC's fault for doing it? Oh, really? How come the fighters are the ones still calling him out? Can you see me now? I grabbed the horseshoe out of Frank Mir's ass and beat him on the head with it. Just like he's going to grab the horseshoe out of DC's ass, take that heavyweight title, ride his Harley Davidson, drink a Bud Light, because Coors Light ain't paying him shit. Oh no, he's going to drink a Coors Light, because Bud Light ain't paying him shit. No, he's going to drink a Corona, because Modelo Especial ain't paying him shit. The official cerveza for Brock Lesnar is a Corona with some lines, bitches. And he's going to ride his girl Sable like a Harley. I don't know what the fuck you'd say. I'm tired. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.